whatever you too. It's not just self-determination. So looking online, and actually I'm looking online at the Root. I actually put the link to this in the description. Root reporter Michael Harriot. He actually it's a pretty good article. At least I think so. But for the full article, like I said, I'll put the link into the description. I just wanted to give that brother credit for this article. I'm not going to take credit away from anybody for the work that they do. But I just wanted to go over some of this article and give some of my opinions on this. So, during a one-on-one interview, the conservative icon and spokesman for white America, Bill O'Reilly, engaged Trump on the Great Pumpkin president's schoolboy crush on Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin. When O'Reilly pressed the commander-in-chief about Putin's propensity for violence and history of killing Russian citizens, Trump responded, quote, "There are a lot of killers. We've got a lot of killers. What do you think? Our country's so innocent? You think our country's so innocent?" End quote. Yes, Donald Trump said that. He said that, and it sounds like he's the first politician that I've ever heard, I could be mistaken, that actually admitted that America has a lot of killers and we kill a lot of our own citizens. Americans, as long as I've been alive, and again, I could be mistaken, I've hardly ever heard any American politician ever admit to such a thing. But Donald Trump did. So, I'll continue on. While the entirety of true blue, red state America was immediately thunderstruck with shock and disgust, the statement also flabbergasted black America to its core, but for a different reason. The melanated watchers all simultaneously had the same subconscious thought. Quote, "Damn, Donald Trump just told the truth." End quote. Every mainstream news outlet in the country is currently running a version of ginned up patriotic outrage screaming, quote, "How dare he equate us with Russian strongman government, end quote. However, America really needs to, and this is in the article now, America really needs to understand the bloody, dirty, filthy, sordid history that we have. The truth is out there. People keep screaming the truth. And for the most part, what America does is stick their fingers in the air and go la 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 la. Because they don't want to hear the truth. And anytime someone speaks the truth about what America has done, you get called race baiting or reverse racist or whatever other quote unquote derogatory statement they can make to try and discredit you and take legitimacy away from your claims. People seem to not ever want to actually look at the facts behind the situation. And it's sad, really. A country that stands for truth, justice, liberty, and freedom doesn't give a fuck about the truth, only cares about certain people's liberty. Freedom is kind of subjective depending on who you want to be free. And liberty, well, yeah. Liberty for who? Again, because Trump wants to make America great again. While there are white Americans who are saying and wearing t-shirts that say, "Let's make America white again." And these people are Trump supporters. Come on, people. This is not Chinese arithmetic. It's pretty cut and dry. The only reason why you have an issue with people calling Trump out on his BS and the seemingly almost Nazi Germany staff that he's hired to be a part of his cabinet, if you can't see the issue with that, you don't see the issue because you're one of those people. You are a white supremacist. You are probably a racist as well, a white supremacist racist. Again, you don't have to be racist to be a white supremacist. You understand? You don't have to be a racist to be a white supremacist. You can want your people to stay on the top and use the backs of other people to do so without hating the people you're standing on. You don't have to hate black people to not want to see black people progress and have white people continue to stay at the top of this color caste system that is a part of American everything. You don't have to be. But I'll continue to read a little bit further. Let's see. Yes, it is true that Putin's Russia is an autocratic, unyielding government that spies on its own and muffles any kind of dissent. Sometimes they even kill their own citizens. Americans don't believe their government would ever do that. until they find out how police departments send undercover agents to spy on and disrupt Black Lives Matter protests around the country. Oh yes, they do that. They send undercover agitators to protest, to start riots, to get it out of hand, so that the people who are there trying to peacefully protest end up getting lost in the sea of violence and disruption. Until they discover that the not-so-secret drone surveillance program the city of Baltimore used to watch its citizens during and after the Freddie Gray uprising. Until they read the unclassified FBI COINTEL profiles that say, quote, the purpose of this new counterintelligence endeavor is to expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize the activities of Black nationalists, hate-type organizations and groupings, their leadership, spokesmen, membership, and supporters, end quote. Yes, America has lots of killers. Or, how about this? I'll continue to read these next two portions here. We know that the FBI sent a letter to Martin Luther King Jr. threatening to blackmail him unless he killed himself. Yes, they did that. We remember how police murdered the most prominent Chicago Black Panther by firing between 82 and 99 shots into 21-year-old Fred Hampton's tiny apartment while he slept with his pregnant wife. We've seen the declassified directive from J. Edgar Hoover to prevent the rise of a Black Messiah who could unify the Black movement. I talk about these things in my History of Police series 1 and 2. We could delve into how the woman who killed Emmett Till recently confessed after 60 years, or how Trump dismissively ordered a drone strike over dinner last week that killed bystanders and children in Yemen, or how no officer was convicted of murder or manslaughter for using lethal force in the line of duty, even when the victim was unarmed, from 2005 to 2015, but there's no need for all that pesky evidence. In fact, it even goes even further back than 2005 to 2015. I just did a video, I haven't put it out yet, but I will, from 1999 to 2014, of the unarmed civilians who were murdered by the cops, and the cops have not done a day in jail. They weren't convicted, and the ones who were convicted had their convictions vacated. So no, justice is not being served in this country. It is not. You understand? Donald Trump put it out there. America believes that America is so squeaky clean. But look at what it's done. They have undermined Black people for centuries. American government, the police, law enforcement, the judicial system. They have undermined us. They have set programs in place to disrupt our organizations when all we wanted was freedom and equality. That's it. Not a handout, just freedom and equality. That's it. Freedom and equality. Leave us alone and don't stand in our way. That's it. Leave us alone and don't stand in our way. We want to have the same opportunities as you do. We can't get those opportunities if you're constantly putting up roadblocks. Constantly putting up roadblocks. But the people who are never subject to those things or subjected to those things don't see those things. So you suffer from confirmation bias. Well, it's not happening to me, so it can't be happening to anyone. That's not true. That's not true. COINTELPRO really existed. And I believe it still does exist. I believe it does still exist in some form or fashion. Because if ever there is a time when Black people start to, not these different factions that riot and protest, but to come together like the civil rights movement and the Black Power movement did, to come together and form organizations of hundreds and thousands of people strong across the nation, all in accordance with each other. Yes, COINTELPRO would rear its ugly head and they would try to dismantle it. So yes, these things are true. These are things that America has done. So I just wanted to put that out there, that Trump actually went on Bill O'Reilly's show, who is a white supremacist as well, and basically told the truth. He actually said what no other politician I've ever heard say. And so far as alternative facts, this is what I'm going to say about alternative facts. If you use the statement alternative facts or believe that alternative facts is a legitimate thing, you are stupid. Okay, dummy? You're dumb. You're stupid. Alternative facts is just a new bullshit way to say I'm lying. But apparently everybody in the media at least mainstream media, seems to be chumps because nobody wants to call a spade a spade. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. Just wanted to give you guys an update on that. Like I said, the link will be in the description. And that's it. Like, learn, and subscribe. Knowledge of self-determination. I'm out. Peace.